Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is a first impressions video. This is a brand that reached out to me on Instagram and asked if they could send me some free samples to review on the channel. Usually, I would say 90% of the time, I usually reply with no. But then I thought to myself, if I suggest that they give a free bottle away to my audience, then I would do it, and it gives something back to you, and you get something, which I think is nice, and I'm sure you would appreciate it. So I agreed. I said yes please, but can you do a giveaway? And they were super kind and they said they would love to do a giveaway. So in this video you'll get a chance, one person will get a chance to win a full 50ml bottle. I did ask them just to send me a sample pack, but they ended up sending me a bottle as well as a sample pack. So I'll show you what's what, and we'll do first impressions. I'm going to do first impressions on skin. I've only got 4 here, and then I will come back in like 2 or 3 hours time. For you it'll be instant. And we'll revisit how they're drying down, and then in the comments below, whichever one you like the sound of the most that you would want to wear yourself, let me know which one you would pick and which country you're from. That's the only 2 rules for entering, basically. If you want to follow them on Instagram, I'll leave their stuff below in the description. The brand is called Fleurs du Golfe. They're a French company, but their perfume is inspired by the Middle East. So Eastern perfumery made in France, basically. So this is the packaging. This one is called Oriental Express, is the bottle that they chose to send me. Information on the bottom, sturdy box, and pops open like this, and the bottle is on a little gold podium there. They're all 50ml bottles. They look like this. They're quite simple, straightforward label. The cap is just a plastic, kind of nice ribbed plastic cap. The atomizer is pretty good, and the bottom of the bottle, if you check that out, you can see how deep the glass goes, really quite far in. So it's a sturdy bottle. This one is, I'll talk about this one first, it is very nice. It's very fruity. The notes for this one are lychee and cherry, and it's meant to, and cedarwood, and it's meant to, or the tagline is, it might remind you of ice cream by the sea. I'm not sure I particularly get ice cream, but it's definitely a sweet, fruity perfume. So this one is priced at $77 US for the 50ml. It's about £60 basically in English money. So kind of level we're looking at. For what I smell, quality-wise with these, I think the pricing is very fair, so that's really good. I'll give this one a spray on my hand, and we'll see how this one goes. This one is, it's fruity and it's kind of watery, I would say. You do get kind of a lychee-like vibe. It is a watery, fruity sweetness, essentially. On skin, actually, I can pick up a little bit of a pale woodiness. On paper, that doesn't come out as much. So, fruity, lychee, watery kind of summer kind of fragrance, I would say. It's a summertime, spring, bright, uplifting, fresh fragrance. It's very clean. It's very, I would say, mass appealing. And so I would say this, to me, smells completely unisex. I'm not sure I specifically smell lychee and cherry individually, but I get a general kind of nice watery fruitiness that reminds me of summertime and kind of very clear water. Kind of like the juice of the bottle. You can imagine you wouldn't quite get a sea like that, but you know what I mean though, kind of aquamarine, beautiful, kind of summertime, very casual, easygoing. For me, that smells like a casual kind of fragrance. Very nice, like I say, completely unisex, and what I noticed with this one in the times that I've been playing around with it is when you first apply this one, the sillage is incredibly impressive. You can smell it in the other room. So this one seems to have very good sillage when you first apply it. And so yeah, fruity, very likable. I would say in terms of what I could relate this brand to in comparison to other brands in terms of style, maybe in the same kind of ilk as brands like Mancera or Montal, but the very safe, easy to wear versions of those fragrances. They smell a little bit maybe slightly linear, slightly minimalist, simple compositions. They smell good and they smell mass appealing, but maybe like super hardcore niche fragrance heads that like complexity might not get enough out of these because they're like feel a little bit like singular simple accords that just generally smell mass appealing and very good without having like huge complex note breakdowns that are gonna really get a connoisseur of fragrances excited. You might not get that, but they are very pleasant and very easy to wear, I would say. I'll revisit this one in a couple of hours, but if you like watery, fruity summer fragrances that are very mass appealing and likable and friendly and completely unisex, that might be one you like, and for the price I think it's pretty good. The next one is Sugar Oud. There's only two notes listed for this one, which is passion fruit and oud. This one is $95 US, a bit more expensive than the others, and we'll give this a go on the other hand here. This one is where you're going to smell that kind of Middle Eastern inspiration. Obviously I've worked a lot in Dubai for a few years. This is very, very reminiscent of perfumes I smell in Dubai. This is, I would say, not hugely unique. It's something you've definitely smelled before in those kind of Arabic, Middle Eastern oud style fragrances. This is very much that. But what I get more of a slightly harsh, sharp, woody facet with this slightly soft sweetness, perceived a little bit sugary and fruity. It's not overly oudy, but like I say, you get that Middle Eastern kind of Dubai style perfumery thing that is quite, I would say, well known. You get for sure that kind of vibe, so if you're into that kind of fragrance then you will probably really like this. It reminds me a little bit, like I say, of maybe the rose oud combos that you get. Not that this has rose in it, but that style of smell where you get that kind of sharp woody kind of aspect that's kind of mimicking oud with just a nice kind of soft sweetness. This isn't overly pungently sweet at all, the sweetness is mellow. From a first impression, I would say this one leans a bit more masculine because of the sharpness of the woody kind of aspect to this, and to me smells more like probably a colder weather fragrance, spring, autumn, and winter. But when you're in climates like Dubai, they do wear that kind of perfume in the high heat, and actually smells usually pretty good over there. So you could probably wear it all year round. This one, I think, versatile in the sense that you could pull that off dressed up or casual. I'm not sure it's one you would want to wear to work if you worked in close proximity with other people. But in general, relatively versatile for an oud style fragrance. Again, reminiscent of something like brands like Montal or Mancera, or even kind of, which for the pricing is right on, it's kind of what you expect. The next one is called Cashmere. This one is $54, which is in the £40 region for a 50ml, which is very affordable. The notes on this one are tangerine with white suede, amber, patchouli and heliotrope with vanilla. So we'll give this one a spray on my upper arm here. When I first smell this one, I get a syrupy sweetness. There's a vanilla syrupy kind of sweetness to this. And you do perceive kind of the white suede kind of vibe, and it does smell like specifically a white suede. But that might kind of plant the seed in your head because of the description, but I can pick that out. You get a vibe of that. Kind of a suede leather with this kind of slightly syrupy vanilla-y sweetness. The tangerine aspect being quite sweet. And this one's very mass appealing. I think this one is slightly going into gourmand-like territory. And for me, treads the line of unisex. I think some men might find it a little bit feminine because of the sweetness and the edible kind of quality to it. But the vanilla's kind of popping on my skin with that one, which is interesting because I've smelled these on paper and they smell a little bit different on paper, so I'm glad that I put these on skin. A little bit syrupy, sweet, vanilla-y, sugary, mixed with that kind of nice suede-like note. The last one is called Baccarat Vanille, and it's $65 US, which is around the £50 mark. Again, very affordable. This one has notes of vanilla, obviously, mixed with almond, tropical flowers, and amber. And so we'll spray it on this wrist. This one, funnily enough, I get less vanilla in this one than the cashmere. This one, I get this, I get the kind of a tropical flower vibe. There was something a little bit, I'm not sure dirty is the right word, but there's a, I can't quite describe what it is that I mean. A mix of generalized tropical-like flowers. It doesn't smell massively natural, but generally kind of gives you this kind of vibe of floral-like tones that lean a little bit more in the tropical sweet side. And you do kind of pick up an almond-like note, so a little bit almondy. And actually, thinking about it, that kind of odd note that I was trying to describe, I think is kind of a slight bitterness from the almond. So you get a slight bitter almond with these kind of sweetened floral tonality. This one, I would say, leans a little bit more on the feminine because of that florally like tonality to it. And I would say this one is spring and summer. It doesn't strike me as autumn kind of winter fragrance. It's more spring and summer daytime. I think you could wear that casually or dressed up in the hot weather, and it's nice for the price. I think it's pretty good. £50 is not a lot of money for such a big bottle, so it's very pleasant. You get a nice kind of sweet florally vibe with this kind of slightly bitter almond. I will come back in about 2 or 3 hours time and let you know how they progressed on my skin, and I will see you soon with the second part of this video. I'm back. This is about 3 hours later. I'm going to let you know how they smell after 3 hours. The first one, Orient Express. This one, the sillage feels quite strong, like I say, in the first hour or two. It hasn't really changed, except it's softer, it's closer to the skin, and it's more mellow. It has kind of a watery, fruity sweet tone to it, is the best way I can describe it. Watery, summery, slightly sweetened, slightly fruity, summertime unisex kind of fragrance. Very pleasant, very mass appealing. I think generally very likable for most people. The second one was Sugar Oud, which was on this hand. This one I'm getting a lot more of the woodiness now, and it's less sweet. Soft, woody, maybe not that complex, a little bit singular. Reminds me of kind of Mancera, Montal kind of things, and also, like I say, fragrances that you might smell in Dubai. Cashmere. This one's quite nice. I get a lovely kind of creamy vanilla from this one. The vanilla comes through the most in terms of this one. Sweet, slightly gourmand, vanilla-y. And the last one, which was Baccarat Vanille. This one is less vanilla-y than Cashmere. Baccarat Vanille, I get more of the mix of that tropical flower vibe, sweetened just a little bit. All of them I would say are mass appealing, very likable, very easy to wear. And yeah, that's it. That's my first impressions. I'll do full reviews of them later, but smelling them like this though, I don't think there's going to be huge changes from top to dry down. Kind of singular fragrances that smell mass appealing and likable. That's it. I will do full reviews later. If you want to let me know which one sounds the most appealing to you, which one you would like to win a bottle of, let me know which country you're in, and I will pin the winner to the top in a few days' time. Take care, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye. Mixed obviously with that nice kind of suede note.